The top 10 WWE wrestlers of all time.
Get it on!
And we all got dreams, we all want things. But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe?
Number 10. Rey Mysterio. The diminutive stature of Rey Mysterio could be perceived as a flaw within the wrestling world, but he managed to make it a feature of one of the most exciting lucha acts of all time. Combined with his colorful and easily identifiable attire, Rey became a fan-favorite babyface as he took on much bigger opponents in WWE's Land of Giants. For his in-ring style, Rey is arguably the perfect proportions too, as he can fly around the ring and work with any opponent. Even the most casual wrestling fans of the past or present can identify Rey Mysterio, showing how well he has positioned himself in the wrestling world. Number 9. Randy Orton. The "if you could build a sports entertainer from the ground up" adage really does describe Randy Orton perfectly, as the 14-time world champion has used his look to great effect over his lengthy career. Luck for him too, as not every fan is spellbound by his very methodical and frankly boring at times wrestling style. Randy even became one of the youngest world champions in history thanks to how much of a star he looked in his beginnings. Over time, as he has aged, he remains the prototype for what WWE would ideally want all their performance to look like. Number 8. Triple H. Triple H has not always been on the right side of good wrestling content, but even at his reign of terror worst, it cannot be denied how impressive his physique was. It is something that he had clearly worked on in order to become a legitimate top guy in WWE, moving away from his DX beginnings to become the game in the early 2000s. HHH very much passed the eye test of what a world champion looks like, becoming 114 times. Evolution might not have been perfect, but looking at the aforementioned Randy Orton, Triple H and Batista, it's no wonder they had so much success between them. Number 7. Sting. The multiple face-painted personas of Sting only accentuate how much of a star he has looked his whole career. Whether it be Surfer or Crow Sting in WCW, or even Joke Sting in TNA, he has always presented himself as being a bit different, but in the best way possible. The likes of The Undertaker, Mankind, and even a modern-day example in the House of Black have all employed a dark aesthetic in their presentation, but none did so as well as Sting. His deceptively tall stature and great shape only helped make Sting one of the most idealistic wrestlers in history. Number 6. Roman Reigns. Even as a member of The Shield, it was clear that WWE would aim to push him as the guy. This has come to fruition as Roman now sits at the head of the table looking more like a bronzed statue than ever before. Upon his return in 2020, Roman took off the combat vest he had been wearing for years and finally started wrestling like a world champion. This simple but effective change, alongside a lovely new set of teeth, has only furthered his movie star good looks to the point where he may indeed be looking towards Hollywood. Number 5. Ric Flair. In a time when a lot of wrestlers were bland, or to put it kindly, unremarkable, the Nature Boy dialed up his presentation to make it clear he was the top guy in the business. His bleached blonde hair and affluent regalia coincided with his in-ring prowess so well that he stuck with the character for his whole career. Flair was never even a body guy either. Not that he wasn't in great shape. His more stylistic approach to presentation was different to what his counterparts in Hulk Hogan and such were clearly trying to do in becoming as massive as possible. Number 4. Bret Hart. There are many things to give Bret Hart credit for as the greatest wrestler of all time in most respects, but he also knew how to present himself. His pink singlets became iconic, while he developed his hitman persona to become one of the most important WWE champions in history. More importantly, he helped change how many even wrestlers were supposed to look in WWE, as the company moved away from the muscular freaks of the golden era to guys who were in better all-around shape with better work rate during the new generation era. Nobody could say that Bret did not look like a champion, as he carried any title he held with respect and adulation. Number 3. Randy Savage. The quintessential professional wrestling persona has never been better represented than McMahon Randy Savage. Everything from his physique to his over-the-top clothing style just made him an unmissable performer throughout the 80s and 90s. Macho madness engulfed the wrestling world as Randy gave it all in the ring, whilst giving himself conniptions on the microphone. His presentation in all aspects of the business was perfect, and he rightfully is remembered as one of the best because of it. Number 2. The Rock. Dwayne Johnson is literally one of the biggest movie stars in the world, which sums up exactly what The Rock is about. The Brahma Bull's body has somehow only gotten larger than age, but has always been massive and a key part of his presentation, alongside his impeccable style. There has perhaps never been a wrestling performer with such physical charisma though, as Rock could tell more stories with his eyebrow than most can in a 10-minute promo. There's a reason WWE has always looked for the next great one, which unfortunately for them will likely never happen. Number 1. Brock Lesnar. There has never been a wrestler in the history of the business that inspires as much awe as Brock Lesnar. The Beast has always been the top dog in WWE because of this, even winning the world title within his first few months in the company. Brock Lesnar's in-ring style and overall presentation only accentuate how much of a monster he is, as one of the most legitimately terrifying individuals in the world. So today I explained to you in this video the top 10 WWE wrestlers of all time. So what do you think about this video? If the video is good, please like it and also subscribe to my channel. So I say goodbye for today. May you all be blessed.